What up? What's going on, Kamikaze Sound Waves? So, for this video, I want to talk about 4 things that I actually like about the Nintendo Switch. I made a video like this maybe about a month, 2 months back, and I said about the 4 things that I hate about the Nintendo Switch. A lot of people were pissed about that.
You suck!
You're a fucking idiot.
Some people completely understood where I was coming from. And honestly, the like to dislike ratio on that video was like neck and neck. For every like that was on it, there was a dislike. For everything that someone said positive, there was a negative comment. So I've been seeing a new therapist recently, and they told me to kind of focus on more positive things, and that's not fucking true. That's not fucking true. I'm not saying a therapist.
Mentiroso.
Anyway, I probably should. Anyway, let's fucking go. 4 things that I like about the Nintendo Switch. Number 1, okay? I'm lazy, okay? I'm lazy sometimes. There is nothing like playing a nice game, just laying down in the bed. You know, my kids are at school. I got a day off. I don't fucking feel like getting out of the bed, man. I've had a long day at work the day before. And it's nice just to grab my Nintendo Switch, roll my fat ass back in the bed.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, ribs. Chili, baby back, ribs.
And play a quality console game, just hanging out, just laying down. Let's say that, you know what, I'm not ready fully to set up and do my whole gaming in my office. I'm not ready to throw on the TV. I just want to do a little light gaming while I'm hanging out in my garage. It's great. It's great for that. Now, I played Mario Kart just hanging out in my garage. I'm playing Mario Odyssey just kind of lounging in this corner of my house. It's great. I love that aspect of it. The portability is amazing. The quality of the games and the visuals, it's like a full-fledged console in your hands. Now, the PS Vita, I had one. I don't have one anymore, but I loved it. That thing was superb to me. So many games, so many different choices on there. I'll eventually get one more of those somewhere, hopefully in the future. And I also have a Nintendo 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS, which is great, but for some reason, man, I mean, that thing just hurts my hands. The Nintendo Switch, if it's perfectly in my hands, the controls are great when it is in portable mode. I find not as many cramps and my hands don't feel so confined when it's in portable mode. So I like that. And haven't been able to take it all over my house. Now, I won't take it out of my house because I'm just terrified of dropping it and breaking it and what have you. I don't want that to happen. So I don't let this leave the house. I do let my kids pick up and play with it from time to time when my wife is watching TV or she wants to watch her things in the living room. The kids are okay to pick it up out of the dock and play with it on permission only. But no, the portability of this thing is great. And it's also great when my son is killing me about playing Splatoon 2. It's great that he can just pick it up, play it, and my wife can watch her TV, or if I want to watch something in the living room, I can. So I love the appeal of that part of it. So the portability and just the look of the games, the feel of them, it just feels like a full-fledged console in your hands on the go. I love that part of it. So that is one reason I actually really like the Nintendo Switch. Now, the second thing that I actually really like about the Switch is that, okay, so it being portable, most of the time that I've used this personally has been in portable mode. Now, I have had it hooked up to the TV in my surround sound in the living room. This thing barely ever comes in my office. I plug it up in here very randomly. Everything that I've thus far played on the Switch, I played in my living room where I have an amazing Bose surround sound system. It doesn't really have wired internet. Now, you can buy an adapter to put your Ethernet into it. The Wi-Fi on this thing is incredible. I mean, I have played online matches with Mario Kart, I've played plenty of online Splatoon 2. There's no lag, there's no drop off, there's no nothing. And this thing being like this, you know, I mean, I don't know, I haven't done my legwork or appropriate research to find out if there's something in the Nintendo docking system that helps with the Wi-Fi. I highly doubt there is, but the capabilities of the Wi-Fi are phenomenal. There's no drop off, no lag whatsoever. I've never been dropped from a match. I've never lost connection or anything thus forward with using Wi-Fi. So really, This thing is amazing because, you know, something like Splatoon 2, if you want to play Mario Kart 8, play with your buddies, maybe you obviously can't chat in that way, but you can play together and you can play from the comfort of any place in your house. So the Wi-Fi capabilities of playing online games is phenomenal and spot on. Now that is one great thing about it. Being able to play online games and having no lag, no mess up whatsoever, no dropping and all that stuff, that is a great component of the Nintendo Switch. So, number 3. This was a gripe that I had with the Nintendo Switch. It seems like they started to fix this problem. And I wanted to address it because a lot of people gave me a lot of flack in that video, basically saying, you're a fucking retard for wanting to buy a Nintendo system, or any game system for that fact, and having a streaming service on it. That means, i.e. YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, what have you. Now, Nintendo is basically starting to fix that. Now, if you'll see this icon right here, we have a Hulu. All right, that's it at this point. But there is that promise that more is coming. Now, I said that was a gripe in my last video. Is it still a gripe for me? It was never really a gripe. It was more of a, you know, it's why just not? That was part of the problem for me. I just felt like that it was just a really apparent thing that Nintendo completely skipped over, and that it should have been something that should have been shipped with the day one. Hulu's already here. I would not see Netflix being far behind it. YouTube hopefully should be coming soon with it. Now, with that being said, I just love the fact that this thing has this kickstand on it. So with this kickstand, you know, I'm up late. My kids have gone to bed. I want to go to bed, but I'm not ready to go to bed, and I can game. You know what? I don't want to game anymore. I just want to watch Netflix and Hulu, and I don't have to hold my phone or my tablet in front of my face. I could just throw this on my nightstand and watch something off of it. Now, that's a great aspect of it. Now that it has Hulu on it, have I actually used it? No. But my wife has used it because it was plugged up, and she didn't want to change over to the Wii U, because in the living room, all we have right now as far as video game systems is the Switch and the Nintendo Wii U. Everything else is in my room because I don't let my kids play, you know, more violent games, and that's pretty much my entire collection of things. But no, all the Nintendo products are in the living room, and all the controllers and what have you. And it's great that, you know, I love that Hulu's on there, because now when the Hulu wasn't on there, my son would always come to me and he would want me to switch over to the Wii U on the different component where he's done gaming, he wants to watch something. Now he at least has Hulu where he can watch his kids shows and cartoons, what they have on Hulu. So that's a great aspect. I'm glad to see them moving in the right direction with that. I know this is not something new on here. I know this happened quite a bit ago, but I did want to address that because that seemed to be a major gripe that people had with that video of, why are you complaining about a streaming video service? This is a video game tablet. It's for video games only. And that may be right for you, and that may be what you want it to be, and you don't care about that type of stuff. To me, do I honestly care about it? To a degree, I do. I like the fact that my son can pick it up, play with it, and switch over to his cartoons. And you know what? Give daddy a little bit alone time to play my video games, etc., etc. Now, no, you're a terrible parent. You know, well, you're not playing games with your kids, blah, blah. Fuck off. That's not what I'm getting at. Everyone needs their alone time. I don't care. If you don't have kids, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you do, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm glad that they implemented one streaming service on it. It is a starting point with it. So it does kind of help with those, you know, my son playing, etc., etc. So I am hoping to see Netflix on this thing pretty soon. I'm also hopefully really hoping to see YouTube for sure. And YouTube Kids would be even great, because I don't let my kids watch YouTube. They have to be on YouTube Kids so they can watch, you know, more censored thing, because there's dark places of YouTube, and I think we can all contest to that.
Dead person in the suicide forest?
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god.
But that's the third thing that I actually am starting to appreciate from the Nintendo Switch. Number 4. Now, this was another part of my video that I talked about, and I wanted to readdress that. Now, I wanted to shed some maybe positive light. The fourth category that I had in 4 reasons that I hate Nintendo Switch were the games. Now, time has progressed since that video, obviously, but I do want to say that the games, they're coming out. I mean, we're starting, you know, Nintendo's starting to get third-party support. All those games I've played or I don't have any interest in. And that, i.e. Skyrim, not for me, never was for me, never will be for me. Doom was an amazing game in my opinion, but I played that on a very superior console. Not on here, where it is dumbed down a little bit, but it's still nice that you were starting to have those options if you want it. Now, only games that I actually own for the Nintendo Switch are these, okay? So, these are the only games that I've owned pretty much at all. There are some more coming out, I know, etc. So there are a few more that's out right now and has been out that I just don't really have a lot of interest in. But I do want to kind of break these three down and just kind of explain why they are great games. First and foremost, Mario Odyssey. If you haven't played this game yet, you need to fix it. This is the best Mario since Mario 64. And yeah, I said it. I don't care. This game is amazing. Very little games, when I see the title screen, do I ever want to go back and keep playing. Other than games that have that main story, there's not a lot of incentive, in my opinion, to keep back and keep playing. Something like Overwatch or Destiny 2, those are games that like I've been to, they just never end. But that's not the point. What I'm getting to is this is a campaign only type game. And when the credits rolled on this, I did not want to stop playing. I wanted to continue to search for moons. I continuously kept playing it. I kept picking it up off the dock, playing with it on the couch, laying in my bed playing it, playing on the TV in the living room. This game is amazing. I can't say enough about it. I think everybody else has pretty much made it pretty unified decision across the community. This game is incredible and a lot of fun. And it is really, honestly, if anything else I talk about, this game is the reason to own a Switch. It is that good. It is that fun. Mario Odyssey is a great reason to own a Switch. I'm glad that we ended up getting this and incorporating into our collection. This is one of the funnest games that I've played of 2017. Honestly, this is the reason to own a Switch. So Splatoon 2 is a game that I've been off and on with. It's not really a big game for me. I do jump into it, but when I do find myself jumping into it, I don't stop playing it. I play it for hours and hours on end. Then I won't pick it up for a week or two. Now my kids are obsessed with this game. They love it. Me, on the other hand, I do see the appeal of it. It is fun when I'm playing it, but it frustrates me for some Android reason. I guess I just suck at it. I don't know. But this is a great game. It is very fun. It is very original. And there is something about the multiplayer, the online aspect of this game that is just addicting as all hell. The story on this is really, really fun. But I want to say that this is a good reason to own a Switch as well. The story is great. The online is great. And this is a game you can sink a lot of hours into. There's a lot of leveling up, more gadgets to keep unlocking, and more good weapons, clothes, items, etc. to keep you progressing further and having different ways to attack. This is a great game. Very original. You're not going to find it anywhere else. You will have to get a Switch to play it. Same thing like any Mario Nintendo IP, but the thing is, this is another great reason to own a Switch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, I had Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, and I adored it. I played the ever-living shit out of that game, and I played a lot of this one too. Not a lot. I put a lot of hours into Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but this game I definitely have been playing a lot. Now, this is another great reason to own a Switch. Now, if you have all this already on Wii U, this is a superior game, but the thing is, it is a little disconcerting that you have to buy this for it to be the game that it should have been in the first place. But this game, you can play for hours. It's Mario Kart, and I am going to go ahead and say it. This is the best Mario Kart ever, in my opinion. It's fun. The online is solid. It's great to play with friends. It's easy. You can snap on and just play with other people immediately. It's great. I don't know what else to say about it. I think this game has got enough praise as it is. It is a superior Mario Kart game, in my opinion. It is a great game. It is also a great reason to own a Switch if you didn't play this on the Wii U. If you played it on the Wii U, you are getting some things you won't have on there unless you bought all the DLC. But even still, there's a couple extra things in here, especially with the battle and the battle mode. But awesome game. Now, one game that I don't own that I'm eventually going to get is Breath of the Wild. I haven't jumped into that. I've got a lot of other games to play, but that won Game of the Year for 2017. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people can test to already playing it and acknowledging that it's a great game. It already has that like standing that it's an amazing game. So, I mean, there's another reason that it's a great game, another game you can only get on the Switch. Unless you have a Wii, you can also get it on Wii U. I will say that the Breath of the Wild is kind of optimized for Wii U. From what I've heard, it's not in my opinion, but I did hear that the game's kind of optimized for Wii U. But you can also play it on the Switch. But as a Game of the Year for 2017, I'm more intrigued to buy it now than I've ever been. But I eventually will get around to that. I gotta get some other stuff knocked out of the way before I jump into that. But you have a Game of the Year 2017. That's a pretty big deal. Of course, there's some other unique titles in there as well, but I'm only focused on the ones that I have because I can't contest to the other ones. But I just want to say, the games are good, you know. I mean, they're a small handful, and I want to say that everyone that I've seen who has a Switch has these 3 titles, and these are 3 of the best titles. And of course, Breath of the Wild, which I can't, like I said, I can't contest to it. I don't have it, but these 3 titles right here are so solid. You will spend a lot of hours with your Switch with it. Especially Mario Odyssey. And like I said, this, if not these 2, which are great, this is the reason to get a Switch. So there you go. There are my 4 reasons that actually a Switch is a good console. So I still have my gripes with the Nintendo Switch. I don't think it's perfect. Nothing's perfect in this world. But I will say that since I made that video, things are starting to come around with it. I have played with it a little bit more. It's still not my favorite. I don't ever see it be my favorite console for any reason, but there are positive aspects of it. I don't want to be 100% negative about it, but I am enjoying the Nintendo Switch a little bit more now than I was. It's not my go-to console. I do enjoy it, but I've always treated Nintendo as just a second party, secondary system. It's always like what I want to play, but I'm not serious about playing games, but I'm in the mood for playing. And that's how I've always treated Nintendo since the Wii. So anyway, I hope you guys and ladies enjoyed this video. These are my 4 reasons that I actually enjoy the Nintendo Switch. And I want to thank you for watching. Much obliged. I appreciate it. And I'll check you out in the next one. Later.